Good morning, students of class 12, St. Michael's, and welcome to the class of costing and taxation. We were doing income from house property in taxation, and today, hopefully, we'll finish the first category of income from house property, which is property let out throughout the year. There are four categories, as you have been told before, and we were doing the first category, and we had learned on how to do the sums on income from house property. I told you that first we have to calculate gross annual value, then the municipal taxes will be deducted, then the standard deduction, and finally income from house property. So today we are going to do some simple illustrations. They are simple, but they represent a complete sum, and this is how you have to do it in the exam. So moving forward to reading the sums, so you can see on your screens municipal value 72,000, fair rent 78,000, standard rent 95,000. These three things are used to calculate the expected rent. After that, we have annual rent of 1 lakh and unrealized rent of 10,000. This is a new thing in today's class and a very simple thing to understand. What is unrealized rent? Unrealized rent is the rent that the owner of the house property does not receive rent from the tenant. It happens very usually and it is very practical that sometimes what happens, the tenant, they are not able to pay the full rent to their owners. It often happens, and owners also, they try to receive the rent from them, but sometimes they are unable to receive the rent. Then they don't have any other solution but to mention it in their income from house property that so much income was unrealized from the tenant. So in this case, the tenant, suppose Mr. X, he should have received an annual rent of 1 lakh rupees, but instead he receives only 90,000 because 10,000 is unrealized. So this part, this unrealized rent part, this will be used in the calculation of gross annual value. I'll explain it to you that how you have to do it. It's very simple. Next we have municipal taxes at 15%. So this time we don't have an amount of municipal taxes, but we have percentage. We have the percentage of municipal taxes given. So whenever in the sum they provide us with a percentage, then this figure, the gross municipal value or the municipal value, whatever it's given in the sums, it's the same thing. 15% of the gross municipal value will be considered as the municipal taxes. 15%. 15% of what? 15% of municipal value. It's simple. It's very simple to remember. Municipal tax related with the municipal value. Okay. Now, in the sums, they have not mentioned anything about the payment of municipal taxes. It does not say that so much amount the tenant has paid, or so much is outstanding, or so much is paid for the next year. They have just given municipal tax 15%. Then we will assume that 15% municipal tax has been paid, and therefore the full amount of 15% will be allowed as deduction. Next, we have repairs. Now, what did I say to you about the repairs? That the assessee will not get any deduction for the repairs, insurance, or any kind of expenses that he incurs in the house. Right? He will not get any of the deduction for anything, for any expenses he incurs, because why? Because each and every assessee gets a standard deduction of 30% on the net annual value for those expenses. This standard deduction is given to the assessee whether or not they have incurred any expenses. They will always get this 30% deduction. Next, we have the interest on loan. They have not mentioned that why the interest or why the loan has been taken. So we'll assume that it's because of the four causes, because of the four reasons. What were those four reasons that I mentioned to you? Acquisition or purchase, construction, renewal, or repair. If the loan has been taken for these four purposes, then only the interest on loan will be allowed as deduction, otherwise it will not be allowed. Now, very carefully listen to me that interest on loan is deductible if the loan is taken for repair. But here repairs has been given as an expenses. But this repair will not be allowed as deduction. Okay. Interest on loan will be allowed as deduction, not the repairs part. All right. Now let's move on to the sums. The first step is the calculation of gross annual value. My municipal value is 72,000, fair rent is 78,000 and standard rent is 95,000. So first I'll compare the municipal value with the fair rent. I'll take whichever is higher. 78,000 is higher, and then I'll compare 78,000 with 95,000, which is the standard rent. And then the resulting figure will be the lower of the two. So among 78 and 95, 78 is lower. So finally, my expected rent will be 78,000. Now in the given sums, my annual rent is 1 lakh and my actual rent received is 90,000. So in a simple case, what we used to do, the gross annual value was expected rent or the rent received, whichever is higher. So in this case also, we will compare the expected rent and rent received. Listen to my words very carefully. Rent received. This is the annual rent. This is the annual rent and this is the rent received. So we always compare expected rent with the rent received and not the annual rent. So in this case, the expected rent is 78,000, the annual rent is 90,000. So my gross annual value will be 90,000, whichever is higher, simply. Next, we have municipal taxes at the rate 15%. So 72,000 into 15% is equal to 10,800 will be allowed as deduction for municipal taxes. And then the resulting figure 79,200 is the net annual value. Next, we have repairs. I told you that we will not get any deduction for the amount of expenses incurred because we are already getting a 30% deduction. So 30% of the net annual value 23760. And lastly, interest on loan under section 24B 10,000 is also deductible. So this figure of 45,440 is my income from house property. Now even if my expenses on repairs was 45,000, although it is 12,000 in the problem, but even if it was 45,000, then also I would not be allowed a deduction of 45,000. I would only be allowed deduction of 23,760 because it is equivalent to 30%. Simple. So that was a simple sum, and based on that illustration which I have done just now, do this homework. I'll explain it to you. Mr. Jha is the owner of house property in Kolkata, etc. GMV 75,000, fair rent 80,000, 90,000, standard rent. So first we compare all these three items and then expected rent is calculated. Then we have to calculate the gross annual value, right? Listen to this. Don't go according to the sum. Right, don't go according to the information given to you by the sum. Go according to the format. Draw the format first in your copy, and then just as I showed you the working, do the working somewhere else. Okay, draw the format, do the working somewhere else. It will be a lot easier for you to do the sums. So then we compare expected rent with rent received. They haven't given any information about unrealized rent or actual rent, so we'll assume that the whole of the rent is received. So actual rent is 8,000 per month. So we multiply 8,000 by 12. So 96,000 will be my actual rent received. It will be compared by expected rent to calculate the gross annual value. Next, we have municipal taxes, 50% paid by tenant. I'm not going to tell you what you have to do. Next, repair and insurance expenses. Again, I'm not going to tell you what to do. Lastly, we have the house constructed during 1617 by taking a loan of 4 lakh. So this is a loan taken for the purpose of construction. So it's one of the four reasons: purchase, construction, renewal, repair. So it's one of the four reasons. So interest on loan shall be deductible. So 4 lakh into 8% will be the interest rate. And that will be all for today. Please do your homework and send it to my email. This is my email in case you forgot. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.